Hey guys, this is Tolly and welcome to part 2 of sort of my walkthrough feedback thing of my map or whatever we're calling this. So first off, most important points, you guys pointed out that although I thought you guys have been meant that you can get out of the map in that secret area, some people have been saying that there is actually a way from that path to get up above and out, and also there's another way out over near Elena's house apparently. So I'll need to figure those out, but I'm not going to try and do that on camera. So this jump quest, shoot. The other big thing I've been getting is apparently these are really hard, which is probably pretty true. The thing was, when I built these, I kind of did it in sections. So I sort of did a jump, then like, oh yeah, that's possible, and that doesn't seem that bad. And then I would do another jump, and then try that, and I kept like flying up to the previous part to try it. So I never really did much of these all in one go. And the other thing is, I'm not going to say I'm amazing at these things, but I'm not horrible. So it's hard for me to judge what's hard and what's easy. Shoot. I think, yeah, a whole lot of this being hard is the repetitive, or like having to start over, which is something I didn't take into account when I built these. Bah. So first off with that jump, which has to be pretty precise, I could add another bookshelf there so that it's, that is an easy jump, and then kind of leave some of the other ones to be the hard ones. Oh, up here. Up here. Again, this is some... No. Shoot. The thing is, most of these jumps aren't that long, though. Most of them are fairly short. Like, this doesn't take that long to... Really thought I was going to make it that time. These don't really take that long to run through. I think most of them are fairly easy to understand, except the tomb. And when we get to that, I'll explain a bit about the tomb. Really? I didn't... Okay, I'm starting to see what you guys mean about these being pretty sadistic, I believe is the word that was used. Okay, and up here. Okay, and now... Oh, okay. So it's doable, it's just ridiculously hard, so just gonna fly here for a second. We'll probably add a bookshelf here so this jump isn't so hard. Probably leave this part, add a wooden block here and here so you can walk around. I'll probably leave this part in because that doesn't seem like a horrible one, especially if I take out some of the myths in the beginning. And then I'll probably make I'll probably remove can't go any lower. I could remove this ladder. I'd have to remove 2 though. I might have a block here instead, so you run here, jump, and then jump up there. That'll probably be easier. Oh. So yeah, that's probably what I'll do. So I'll have remove these 2, have a block here, and then have this go out 1 more so that you won't get hit by this when you jump. So then it'll be jump up to a block here, then jump to this ladder, and these 2 will be gone. Yeah, that's how I'll fix that one to make it a little bit easier. Then this one here, difficulty curve is a lot lighter on this one. I think I don't know how much of that previous puzzle I'll leave in because took me a while to actually be able to beat it. Okay. And then... Oh. I was in the water. when I jumped. Right, and then the other big ones you guys still talked about from the last video were still the torches. And I think I have a couple ideas how I can maybe add torches without giving away locations. And that's to make the houses have more artistic need for torches on the outside. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to pull that off yet, but basically have torches on the outside of, say, Elena's house and stuff. So that the path outside won't be given away, but the ambient light from the, say, torches on the top of her house will make it easier for you to see. Oh wow, I'm a horrible person. Oh, finally made that jump. I don't understand, like, I don't know, I don't remember this being that hard. It obviously is, though. Oh. At least the last leg of this isn't too difficult. We're pretty much done now. I just have to swim up. But I don't know if I have this much trouble doing this myself. I have a hard time being able to ask you guys to pull it off. And I showed the secret, where to find the secret for this one, for the exploration part. Anyway, so we get this painting. I'll probably have to reduce this one's difficulty. I want to leave that jump in there, that one there, but I think if I make this one block out this way, probably, and make this a much easier jump, then I'll have no problems with this being a difficult jump here, because it's the only real difficult one after that then. And so, because the main problem was I kept falling here, and then I didn't have time to learn how to do that one, so that's what made that really annoying. And so if we take this painting and toss it in here, it'll float to the back, and if all is right in the world, this door will open. So this here is really important because I'm slowly bringing the player up to a mechanic, and then you hit this switch to keep it open in case you get locked in, and then you get this lever, which is your key to open either the tomb or Elena's house. And then we can go over to Elena's house because I don't want to do another jump puzzle. Right, but yeah, so the painting shrine though is something I teach the player very slowly and lead up to. I'll bring it up again now in a second, but this is Elena's house. Basically I do something very simple here. Most of these rooms have bookcases and chairs, but never in the same spot except in one place, which is in this room. So the idea here is that you're supposed to run around being like, where do I go, where do I go, where do I go, not sure, and then eventually figuring, like, giving you, like, seeing the same stuff over and over again, and then ending up going, oh, I can come up here, then up here, and sort of being like, oh, that makes sense. Now, I don't know if that's actually happening. I haven't heard anyone go, oh, it took me a while to figure out where to go in here, but yeah, that's the idea, is that my hope was by having bookcases and chairs everywhere that you would take you longer to figure out, oh, I can get up here, but I don't know if that's true or not. And then here you drop down, you can't get back out, and then if you search around you find this little hidden entrance down, and then you can come down this way, and this is the area which everyone was talking about being too dark, is in here. And apparently there's also another way up onto the treetops from here. And I can see this being dark. One second, I'm just gonna time night, and then actually speed this up a bit so it's more nighttime. So yeah, it's fairly dark back here, but the problem is I don't want to have like a torch here or a torch here or something, because then if you're out in the main area near the bridges out there, you'll see light and it'll sort of give away that you'll eventually have to come out here. Now that's not a huge thing because you don't know how you're gonna get out here, but yeah, let's go back to time day so you guys can see. I would figure the way out would have to be somewhere up here is where you guys are finding it. Is that jump possible? I don't know. I'm not sure exactly where you guys found the way out, but apparently there is one. Oh wait, is this... no? This is a dead end. Over here somewhere maybe? No? I'm not sure exactly where it is. I'll look for it later. And then basically you end up coming down here. So that's just supposed to be a little bit of a foresty maze, nothing huge. And then in around this back part of the house. And then you end up here. Where you can open this up and take this pressure plate. A plate where to use it. And when you're wandering around the house, the hope is that you'll see the yellow block, which has the sign up next to it. A yellow block, now we need a plate. And this is one of the cooler moments. Yay, secret entrance to the tomb. You found the secret entrance. So yeah, that part is extremely easy compared to the jump quest for the tomb. And I think the tomb's jump quest is, well, it's got some rather difficult parts in it, and it's also fairly long, so I think if I shorten that one and keep the difficulty, it would be better. But I think the big part of it is that it's long, and it probably suffers from the same problem. So this is where you end up once you complete the tomb. I'm just gonna, well, I'll finish the tomb in a second. I want to drop down here first. So once you drop down into the main chamber of the tomb, you come down this way, and you find a bow and 64 arrows. And then there's a painting. Maybe a bow can get it down. And so if you shoot a painting with a bow, the painting usually falls. Now here's the problem with this mechanic, is that sometimes when a painting's on the wall and you shoot it, it gets stuck to the wall. Are you gonna do it? You gonna prove me wrong, painting? Is that what your plan is? I know I'm not crazy. Sometimes basically instead of falling forward, it just sort of falls in place and ends up getting stuck on the block that it was placed on. And what basically happens is then you can't reach it if it's in a high location. That's why I still give the ladder part here, which I don't think you need to jump on the chest. No, you don't. But if you take the painting and you toss that in here into another art shrine, it'll flow down, and then wait for it. Stairs leading up. So again, this is another one of these art shrines. So first I make you retrieve the painting and get you to manually throw it in. Then I basically give you a bow and say, you know, you should probably try and get that painting down, thus shooting down the painting and letting you toss it in. And then the final version of this that I probably won't get to in this video, but I want to explain now, is that I'll eventually have paintings in the back there that you can shoot. And so the idea behind this though is that you may be like wandering down a hallway, look out a window and see a painting off in the distance, and it's sort of teaching you this idea that, oh, maybe if I shoot that painting, maybe something good will happen, maybe it'll trigger a door, but it'll basically have some sort of good effect. So it's basically, I do this sort of three-step process. First, get you to toss a painting in manually, then get a painting off a wall and put it in, and then eventually the third one where I actually show you the painting on the back, and then you get the idea, oh, I can shoot a painting, it'll fall in. And so this is a very fundamental mechanic that actually the majority of this map revolves around, because I think it's really cool. But the problem is it's luck based, because if the painting falls and gets stuck on the collision, then you won't be able to get out, and then or you won't be able to get it to fall. So this won't always work to open a door. That's why I decided to have a map that has multiple paths. So if I decide to have one of these things where you have to hit this to open a door, and if that fails, well then that luck puzzle fails, but then there's always another path. So That's why I went with the always another path thing, because this thing doesn't work 100% of the time. So I have to have another path if I want that to be a main one. For example, if it was to fail here, like if the painting was to get stuck up there, there has to be another path for you to get out. But because I make the other path thing everywhere, it's not a big deal. Yeah. This latter one is extremely short, but I will totally admit that it's rather difficult based on that jump alone. I'm not sure how I'm doing on time now. Okay. And over here. I think I would have failed that jump if this Sam wasn't here. So I probably should have done that normally. But yeah, so you jump from there to there. So there's really two hard jumps. We're jumping across to there and then from there to there. But it's fairly short, so I don't mind the difficulty of that one. And then you end up here where I think from this point on I start lacking in signs. Basically these signs are just saying something along the lines of this is Dan's house. And there's one TNT, but the door is still blocked from the outside of Dan's house, so you have to use this one TNT to get out. So you can't use this TNT to finish the map. Because also in the tomb you fell down, so you couldn't get back out. I should really have a water after that somewhere so that you can put this out. And then the other thing is that the workbench is here, and also sand for when you get the sulfur to make TNT for the end. I need to have some sort of sign like right here as soon as you come out going, oh look, there's the workbench and sand you'll need, because a lot of people said they were confused and didn't know where to go afterwards. So now if this works, you put the TNT on the pink block, and if the clock hasn't broken, and it hasn't, it'll activate the TNT, and then you can come down here and jump out. Ah, it failed. Huh. I tested this like 10 times and never failed all those times, but I'm surprised no one's told me that this fails sometimes. Because I tested this a whole bunch of times and I never had it fail once. Okay, so I'm just going to fly out then. Yeah, normally this ends up having like 1 or 2 blocks left here and you're able to jump out every time. I tried it before. So I might have to, what I'll probably do is I'll just like smash out some of these blocks so there's more of a stairs at like say this level. So I'll probably smash out a couple blocks at this level and that level in front so that when you blow that up there'll always be a way up. Right, and then back in here there's this switch which I think also needs to be made more clear, but there's a little window out there. This is the gate switch for downriver. You hit this and the gate opens up. And that giant sand wall that was there, which was the gate, quote unquote, is now open. And you can take a boat. This is infinite boats, so you can actually kind of place a whole bunch of these. What'd I do? No. I'm gonna keep placing boats. Okay, maybe giving boats infinite, or giving players infinite boats wasn't a good idea. Ah, okay. Wow, I really went in there, didn't I? Let's turn sound back on. This is about what it was at. So, yeah, the idea behind the infinite boats was that this thing doesn't work 100% of the time, and I actually want it to be daylight. Time, day. This thing doesn't work 100% of the time. Like, sometimes you smash into the rocks and get damaged and broken, so I wanted to give multiple boats just in case that happened. And I didn't really do that right because I just sort of sat in the boat. The idea here, don't look up, it's supposed to be this sort of rapid waters down into the valley down below. And so you come down this way and you kind of, whoa, and look at all these trees up on the cliffs and trees up above, and you're sort of riding, and you don't actually have to steer most of the time anyways. You'll be able to get down here without the boat breaking, and so you end up in this little thing, which I'm probably gonna end the video there now, so I'll talk about this area next time, which I think is my least favorite, and I have a couple really cool ideas on how I can fix it, but this one just seems really rushed. I think there's even some signs over here saying this place will most likely change. Not completely happy with this area. It will likely change in later versions. Yeah, I felt very rushed with this one just to get the map out, and I don't think it came out as well as it could have. As well as the lake at the bottom there could have been nicer. I almost feel like I would have liked to have sort of a Lake Hyrule type lake there, but the scale would have taken far too long to get right with the water. Right, and the other branch to Elena's house, to the tomb, which I sort of showed a little bit, would be up this way. And so I need to put torches here. I completely agree with that. I'll put torches on the trees, or some way of having torches there. And seeing as I don't have a key, I'm just going to break this so I can get in here. And then you fall down here, and you end up with the jump quest. So this is the opposite of Elena's house, or like the sort of a jump quest to Elena's exploration house sort of thing. And the main mechanic behind this one is that most of the jumps on this one require you to go around walls, which isn't that hard once you know how to do it, but if you don't know how to do it, it can be kind of difficult. Yeah, like that. It's mostly just getting the right angle so you don't hit the edge. So like, well, now I'm not gonna be able to do it. Not even gonna attempt to jump, just gonna fall off. Okay. Okay. Anyways, I need to end this video, and I'll do this ridiculous jump quest next time. But I think the easiest way to deal with this one, because a lot of this one, I think the path is you come along here, then on this one here, I think, then this way. It's very confusing too. Like it's you can't go certain ways, so you kind of got to stop on each one and go, okay, so can I go that way? No, I can't go that way. Do I go this way? Yeah, it looks like I might be able to go that way. And then you kind of got to make your way through, but it sort of spirals back and forth all the way to the end, all the way here at the very back. I can very easily make this so the jump just sort of goes straight, or something kind of straight, and that'll make this a lot easier. Because I think the length is what makes this one so difficult and overly difficult. But yeah, so this tomb here you end up... Oh, and the other thing I'll show quickly is over here against this wall. There's another chest with 64 arrows. Right, so yeah, it's... this one here I'll show next time, but... yeah, I think some of these jump quests were a little too difficult, mostly because I would like do them in sections rather than the whole thing all at once. When I was testing and making, I would do something, and I don't think this is where you're supposed to go. I can't show an example. But I think here, no. I think this is a way that you had to go. So if I fell somewhere like here, I would just go, oh, okay, well, I'll come back up and go back and start here, for example, and then I would continue from there. And then I was like, okay, yeah, it's not too bad after I made the jump. But I never did the whole thing in one go for most of these, so I think that's where a lot of the problems come in. Anyways, I'm repeating myself. We'll do this jump and then the part for downriver next time, and then I think one more video and we'll be done. And then this weekend I'm going to start implementing a lot of these changes with the jump puzzles and a lot of the feedback you guys gave. And then probably change up the end of the river, and also fix all the spelling mistakes. And then I'll have a version 1.1 or something out. And then if that goes well, we might release it up on the Minecraft forums. But anyways, so this is Tolhi signing out. Later, guys.